Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Well, training camp has officially opened for the Edmonton Oilers. There was a bunch of information released this morning. I have a ton to update you guys on, so let's get right at it. The Edmonton Oilers have signed veteran forward Mike Hoffman to a professional tryout. Did not hear anything about this one coming. Last season with the San Jose Sharks, Hoffman picked up 10 goals and 13 assists for 23 points and was a minus 21 in 66 games played. Insider Frank Saravalli noted that the Oilers were looking for an extra body in camp with the injury to Carl Berglund, so this keeps camp numbers the same. Personally, I think Hoffman will be in tight to earn a job. I think the fourth line would be his opening, but let's see what happens. Extra competition is never a bad thing. He can slot in at center or left wing. The Two Mutts Hockey Podcast reported this morning that their sources are hearing that contract extension talks have begun with pending RFA D-man Evan Bouchard. The reported comparable is Rasmus Dahlin, who makes $11 million per season. Early reports had Evan Bouchard coming in at $10 million per season. GM Stan Bowman didn't provide any further details in his availability, so I'd say don't get too excited just yet. It sounds like this is in the very early stages. Stan Bowman also confirmed that Evander Kane is indeed going for surgery, but they don't have a timeline for his return yet from the doctors. He will definitely miss the early part of the season. Bowman also confirmed that the Oilers expect to have Darnell Nurse back late in training camp. Sports 1440's Jason Greger also provided these updates on Evander Kane. Kane will have surgery in the next couple of days. He mentioned Sean Monahan as someone who gave him great advice and information that helped him make his decision on which doctor to go with. Kane met with 3 different doctors. They all agreed what surgery was required, but had different ways to approach it. Evander Kane had the following to say: "I'm having a lot done. I have 2 hernias and 2 torn abdominal muscles. We all agreed to see how things looked after we took some time off, and if things could improve via rehab. We tried that, and unfortunately it wasn't the case. The next step was to find the best possible surgeon. There was some confusion on how we would fix this. Some doctors had different opinions. We have sorted it out and will now have surgery." And when asked if Evander Kane would miss the entire season, he replied, "I certainly hope not, but I won't put a timeline on my recovery." And in other news, Zach Kassian is officially rejoining the Edmonton Oilers as a professional scout. He'll work under Warren Reichel in Ontario. Stan Bowman was asked if the Oilers are still looking at the free agent and trade market for right-shot defensemen, and he replied that they want to give the guys currently here a look first, but are open to making changes later in camp if they think there are better options. I'd say a small trade is possible, but don't look for the Oilers to add their big-name top 4 guy until closer to the trade deadline. What's more likely is a signing or waiver claim if the Oilers aren't happy with their current options. As Frank Saravalli notes, Justin Schultz, Tony DeAngelo, Mark Giordano, and Kevin Shattenkirk are all still available on the free agent market. The best option is probably Justin Schultz, but as Frank notes, Schultz has offers he's considering, so he'll likely be gone before the end of camp. In regards to the departure of assistant GM and director of pro scouting Brad Holland yesterday, Stan Bowman had nothing further to add other than wishing Brad well. It sounds like the Oilers don't have any immediate hirings to announce, but I can't imagine those positions remain vacant for long. And last but not least, here's a look at the Oilers' official 2024-2025 training camp roster. I'll leave the roster up here for a few moments so you can take a read through. Well, that's all the latest, guys. Some surprising news on Mike Hoffman. Was not expecting him to come in, but as Frank noted with the Carl Berglund injury, it does make sense, and Mike Hoffman could challenge for a spot on the fourth line. He's got to beat out guys like Derek Ryan, probably not beating out a Corey Perry, but Vasily Podkolzin possibly. So we'll see what happens there. I think Mike Hoffman is a bit of a long shot, but hey, competition doesn't hurt. Let's see what happens. As far as Evan Bouchard goes, yeah, very early stages, guys. Stan Bowman not offering much in his availability, so don't get too excited for an Evan Bouchard signing just yet. It's something that could possibly happen before the start of the season if they're pretty close, but I can't imagine it all comes together that quickly. But yeah, for now, guys, that's all the latest. I'll update you later today if more news comes down. But for now, let me know your thoughts on the Oilers' official 2024-2025 training camp roster in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.